He started an investment firm that was trading Forex. And they hired people just like you, fresh out of university, to convince people to raise deposits. I had a partner then who said, there's a problem with this business. It's not sustainable. The universe cannot allow for the infinite economic expansion. You cannot keep turning 1 naira into 2 naira infinitely. We did business for them. We helped build their marketing campaigns. They paid, and I'm talking about as of 2007, they paid close to $1 million for marketing campaigns in 2007. We should have taken the money. We took the money and reinvested because they made us the promise that they made us the promise that if we took the money and invested in them, they would triple it. We bought our own marketing.
They convinced their marketer.
Listen. I can laugh about this story now. It was not funny. So let me tell you what happened. So our plan was that 6 weeks, they will triple the money in 6 weeks. We'll pull out our initial money and then we'll leave the profit inside. The company collapsed in 5 weeks. So we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. I'm Adefolami Agunbiade. The show is The Dark Post Show, where we help young people start new careers, new relationships, and new families, and figure out the way the world works. On today's episode of The Dark Post Show, we'll be talking about how you can get paying customers for your business and service when you're just starting out. And with me today to discuss this, I have
Sunday Steve Chijago, an accountant and a businessman. Instagram, Sunny Steve at Instagram.
I'm Arinze Onye, product manager and entrepreneur. LinkedIn, Arinze Onye.
Boluwatife Humans, I'm into entertainment. My Instagram handle is Abby's Signature.
Uchefio Matthew, senior loan officer. LinkedIn, Uchefio Matthew.
All right, so we're back to the show. If you listen to motivational speakers, they'll tell you the secret to your success is just to start a business and become an entrepreneur. But every single businessman at one point in time faces one of their biggest headaches, and that is sales. You just have to sell, you have to get new customers. In fact, the primary duty and assignment of every single business, be it a hospital or any other form of business, is to create customers, to create new customers. And so in today's show, that's what we're talking about, creating new customers, finding, not just creating, but finding paying customers to patronize your business while starting out. So on this particular show today, we'll go around and we'll ask people a couple of questions, how you got started and how do you get the first couple of people sign up. So let's start with Arinze. You're running a software startup.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so just take us into it. When you were, what was the I don't want to use the word inspiration, but what led you into the space?
All right. I studied mathematics at the University of Lagos. My second year, I stumbled into the world of online learning, started learning data science. There's actually the room. Yeah, so we learned data science back at that point together. And it's consumed me, the reality that there's an entire world out there that most people in class weren't aware of or pursuing. So, I started learning 3 months in. And then I came back, I was like, wow, my classmates not doing the same thing. So I wanted to teach them. So I tried to do a physical event. Didn't happen. Tried to get management to do a physical event. Didn't happen. And then at the start of the pandemic, I just started an online group chat to educate people. I did that for about a year. And I felt like I could turn this into a company, right? Because I attended the business school in between. And that was the start of Tech Skills Hub, turning into Tech Semester, help people learn tech skills in between their semesters at the university. So starting that startup is like hard because you want to raise funding and all of this stuff. So now you're like an entrepreneur at the very early stage, you're earning 0 naira literally, but you have to leave, you have expenses to do. So I'm like, what are the other skills I have that I can use to earn money on the side before this startup takes off? And that's when I was like, okay, I do product management. So I established like a software agency on the side where we help companies build web applications, mobile applications, or any other stuff they need to do in tech. So that's what I do on the side. And on the other side, we still run that hub that we're using to educate people. We still run that on this side. That's Get Into Tech Africa.
You've run a long ad right now. And I'm going to bill you for that ad.
That's what started it. Yeah.
All right. So at this particular point in time, I want to ask, so the very first, when you started out the tech skills and all that, how did you get, it's very, very easy to get people who are going to use your product and service. It's not so easy, but it's easy to get people to test. How do you get people? Or rather, let me just bring a question. Do you have paying customers right now?
Yeah, I do have paying customers right
Okay,
now.
so how did you go about getting, without you breaking intellectual property or marketing
Yeah,
secrets, can you share how you went about getting your first set of paying customers
Okay.
for service?
So in summary, I work across 3 companies right now. One is a training company. The other one is a software company that earns nothing. That's like the real big deal for us, but it earns nothing right now. And then the third is a software agency. I have paying customers across 2, the training company and the software agency. For the training company, it's largely free. We have like about 800 people that we train for free. But because of that exposure, if you now want maybe personal training, I could deliver that to you. I could connect you to someone that can deliver that personal training to you. So right now, I currently run 2 classes on data analytics. Run like 2 months, pay 100K, private class, that kind of stuff. So that's it. So those students come in directly from the community or referrals. Someone who knows I train people, and we have many people that we train. There's like proof of work already. But that's like the minimal income. The major one is the software agency, and it's still from that exposure, from that free community, right? So because you run that free community, people already are aware of your skill set and what you can do. So they just reach out to you and I want to be this website, and you say, can you do it? Oh, yes, sure, we can do it. And you just take on the agency. But that's not been the major source of paying customers. Funny enough, the major source of paying customers has been from the business school I attended. That's the Kidia Mini MBA. So you have people refer. I have someone I currently service, 2 people I currently service, and they're all from direct referrals. So I built the website for the company, and they're like, okay, someone asked me that he wants to be the website, and they referred them to me. It's usually been word of mouth referrals. I currently don't do like ads, even though we are going to do that in the near future.
And
Okay.
this is a longer ad.
And also, this is like a long running ad and all that. Okay, so we have that. So that's across the startup space. I'm usually very skeptical of startup businesses. Okay, but I think you are more into training and all that. But let's say your story.
Okay, I started unknowingly. Like, I can't say I trained for the job or I did not train for it. My mom, I follow her to events. I actually learned this from her. So she just had my younger brothers then. So I used to follow her just so that I can take
What
care
is
of them.
the it you've been mentioned? The length it you did it. Because that-
Okay, that is Yoruba traditional wedding engager. Alaga Drew, Alaga Joko. We are the one that join the bride and the groom together traditionally, the Yoruba way.
Okay, so aside you following your mom, how did you go about getting your first paying customer? People that actually call you. How did you get?
That's from the job. Like, I'm at the event working, so people there, wow, I love your job. Can I have your card? Oh, I don't have a card. This is my phone number. Oh, okay, this is our phone number. Call me so time. I'm still a small girl. Call me so time. I'll talk to you. And some will say, okay, I'll call you. So that's how I get my customers.
So basically,
I get my customers at the event.
okay, so you get your
majorly.
customers at the event.
Yes, or those that refer me.
Okay.
Someone can say, I'm looking for I have this particular person that can do it.
How were you able to convince people to commit their event into your hands? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said when I started, it was where I work. So they saw me work. So I don't need to convince them again. They already saw it and they loved it. Like, she's good. So that's how I started getting it. Okay, then from there, I took up the whole event. Why should I just do your engagement ceremony? I can do your decoration. And maybe because I can easily just get recipe and create my own from there. I can get like 10 different recipes, create my own from it, work on it, do practical and all that. So I just, from there, got the whole event.
Okay, so you are basically an event planner now.
Yeah.
That is good. Sir.
I guess the question is, you're a loan officer.
Yes, I mean.
Okay, so how do you get people to actually take out loans for business purposes?
First,
How do you market loans to people?
Yeah.
Because that's a product, right?
yes. First, let me talk about marketing. Marketing, fine. I won't be the one to do marketing. It is the company that will do marketing, the online stuff and lead generation and the rest.
Yeah.
But what my own sole responsibility is direct promotion. I say, for me to be able to, let me see, locate or at least know this person will need a loan. And even some people even need loan and they won't know they need loan. So I'll make you see reason why you need it. So that's directly. So that's directly. So first you have to first know the need. Then you should be able to answer that question. Okay, then bring a profile a solution to that person. So what I do is I might go to a location and see 5 shops. I might not even go to meet all of them. I just look at 1 or 2 and okay, this one fits what I'm going there for. Me, the person will tell you, I don't need it. No, look, man, you need this thing. This is why and why you should do this. The next thing they'll say, okay, go, let me think of it. I'll call you back. They might not call. You call back again, and you say after 2-3 times of calling, person says, okay, come to my shop. Let's have one-on-one discussion. And the next thing,
I think
Yeah,
person has
accessing
collected
Do you?
his
Sorry,
signature.
I am.
Can I? Okay, so we've gone around the space. We are from the startup space to the creative space to financial services, and then we'll actually take services now, financial services, and then we'll take financial consulting services. All right, because these are like support services, and a lot of times these things. The reason why this is important is because they are rendering services which a lot of people feel they do not need. It's very easy for you to say you are selling food, you fry akara, and then people see they buy akara. But you are rendering services that a lot of people do not think they need loans. Neither do they think they need a vendor or alaga. A lot of people are not also interested in going through paying for a data science course. And most people do not want to pay taxes, not to talk of engaging a tax accountant to compute the taxes they will pay. All right. And that puts in a peculiar situation. So I'm interested. How do you go about within the confines that you can share, that things that they can learn and deploy? How do you go about getting paying customers, clients?
Yeah, actually, for auditing, is normally we don't advertise, but normally by referral. Understand? But for taxation, accounting, consulting, and all that, you can advertise. You can, do as much as you can to get customers. You understand? So that's how it's all about. So you don't normally just go about telling people, I want to audit your company. So under the ethics of our profession, you don't advertise, but you can, through referral, you can get companies to audit.
So effectively, the people that you have handled their tax and their audit, you ask them to refer.
Yeah, but from the work I'm doing, if I'm working for this company, you understand, and I'm doing well, they can refer me to another company. Or maybe any other company that maybe you as the MD, you have a friend also that running a company most of the time. It's okay. The person that is working for me is competent and is qualified. He can do all that for you. So from that, we can get referral and also...
Most professional services fall in that category. I think you're studying law presently. Fatia, are you allowed as a lawyer to advertise your services, legal services in Nigeria? Not really.
I don't really know.
Not
I
really.
think I have a friend. He's a lawyer. I finished from the University of Lagos too. So we're in a common group chat, and there was a gig on that group chat that it was a law gig actually. I was that group chat. So the guy DM'd Afaoji, see this stuff. Help me DM this guy, convince him that you have a lawyer who can do the job. I was like, guy, you have his number now. Then he said no. He said that under their profession, you can't advertise your service directly. So I think that answers the question.
Okay, so we'll come back to the conversations. You were about to ask some couple of questions when I came in.
Okay. So please, I want to clarify, like in that situation you talked about, that depends on referral. So I was wondering, when you were starting, like how did you, because it's referral and all that, so how did you get a very, very first person that will even refer you? And so how did you go about that, sir?
It's by a personal approach. You send your proposals to companies you feel that need your services. You send your proposals to them.
I think I have a bit of experience with that, so I just want to clarify. Now, some companies, their emails are not publicly displayed.
Okay.
It's difficult. Some companies, we've done some search on that stuff. It's not publicly displayed. So in that scenario, is it that you got the stuff online, or you know somebody there who got the emails for you? Because
normally there's this business book in those days that have an address of all the companies in Nigeria.
Directory.
You can go directory. Yes, you go through the directory. You pick some of this thing. The address is and every there, and you now forward your.
But do we have those directories now?
yes, but
If
it's
I see a
online.
new company that is coming up,
Online.
like if I see a new company that is coming up, I know they will definitely need my services. I forward my proposal there. Yeah, so that's another way to.
A couple of those directories exist. I don't know if it's still there, but I think there was a time you had NGEX or so, ingex.com. Okay, ingex is, please, you have Yes, NGEX.com. So you can find a lot of Nigerian businesses are there. But beyond that also, you can actually sift businesses in locations using something as simple as Google Maps. That will not only tell you the business, it will give you the phone number and tell you the businesses around you and how far you are from them. So it's actually even easier today. If the business has a profile online, you can use Google Maps to get to that location. You said you have a question for him. Okay, we'll take your question. And after your question, I have a question for everybody in the audience. So let's take your question.
Okay. I want to be clear on what is termed advertising that's frowned upon in your profession, for instance. And I also heard rather that lawyers and doctors too have those kind of restrictions. So if that is advertising, what about using the directory and sending that's cold calling? Yes, I think that's the old term for it. Yes. So what is advertising if cold calling is not advertising? I just want to be clear on that before we go forward.
I think why just the ethics that's put in place to checkmate conflict among the practitioners. You understand? So they put that ethics for everybody to, so that even if I come to your company now and discover that you are, even if a company want to take over my this thing, you understand, need my services, and I discover that there's existing auditor or accountant there, you understand? Before I take up the offer, I have to write the firm to confirm that they once servicing the company and the reason why they stop, and whether I should take up the appointment or not, or take up the offer or not. So if they say something that's contrary to her, I will decline the offer.
That opens up doors to several things. Why some professions are not allowed to advertise. And I would say, I can't speak for all professions, but I know that in some industries, like some specialties of medicine, one of the reasons why you're not allowed to advertise is particularly because they frown upon showmanship. Okay? There's some professionals have this idea that there's this noble professions, and if you are a noble man, you don't go out. That advertising is the job of charlatans, kind of. So that if there's the belief that if you are sound in what it is you do, okay, it should speak for you. Then some professions want your reputation to precede you. They understand that with advertising, you can use advertising to make your reputation malleable. So they really deliberately want you to. I guess the ecosystem is designed to ensure that the only people who survive are those people who are sound, not people who are good at promoting, particularly in professions where the general public cannot tell one good person from another. Okay? And it's common in knowledge work. We'll take a side into that. I'll take like a minute or 2 minutes to go into that so that we can get back. In knowledge work, like when you engage the services of a lawyer, oftentimes you cannot supervise your lawyer. You are hiring a lawyer because you do not know the law. The same thing with an accountant too. You cannot, unless you really cannot, you expect that the accountant should know better than you. Okay? And so if you look at professions, if you hire a doctor who is a brain surgeon, you expect he knows more about brain surgery than you do. So to ensure that the only people who would engage in that service will be people who have built a reputation. I think that law is in place. And that's the reason why most of those professions have like councils. You have a legal council, or is it what's it called?
Yeah, professional associations.
You have professional associations that supervise the qualification of people in that industry, because it's when the general public cannot tell the difference, there's space for a lot of charlatans. Yeah. Right, but so let's get back into the questions I have for us right now. Is how many of us have run a business in the past 5 to 10 years? You had a business that you ran, buying, selling, trading, rendering services or whatever. How many people from the audience? What has been your biggest challenge running that business?
So advertisement. To advertise what I sell is kind of challenging.
Why is it challenging advertising what you sell?
Sorry, I want to ask a question. Is it the ability to advertise that is a challenge, or attracting customers?
Yes, it's part of it. It's part of it.
So what has been the biggest challenge you faced?
Attracting customers to buy your product.
The business, what was the business then?
Yeah, he already corrected that, so.
I sell perfumes. deodorants, and it's not easy to like because there are so many people doing that same business, and to attract people to come and buy from me is actually challenging. So that's the challenge I faced and everything. And to overcome that, I try to like use them and people and let people see them on me that it's actually working, and I tell them,
But
them that
how do you see deodorant?
like I use them on my body, and I kind of like go online and post it online that this is what I sell and
People
stuff
can't
like that.
smell you online.
No. I use it. I go to army students and I have friends in class.
We'll come back to your perfume business. Was it the same business too?
No, mine is not clothes. It's actually hairnet or something like that. But the main
You're not sure.
no, it's hairnet. They call it hairnet. So many people call it different things. But my main the problem I encountered in those years of doing it is location. One, because the business thrives more in Lagos than in any other state. Okay, should I say I'm based in 2 different states? Like Lagos is where I live, where my parents are, and Anambra is where I school. So in Anambra, there's so many people doing this particular business. So it's highly saturated. We have more producers than consumers in Anambra. So you know that the price there is going to be so low.
You should exit that bit.
So the price there is going to be so low because people from Lagos go there to buy it in bulk and come back. So whenever I go to Anambra, I experience more loss. The returns are not usually so much. But when I come to Lagos, I'm like living a lavish life with that business. Yes, so that's just my major challenge in that.
What about your own business?
Although
You are shaking your head. I see. You said you're into real estate, right?
Yeah, into real estate, yeah.
That means you don't have a problem selling real estate properties?
Not really.
You sell real estate regularly?
Yeah, it sells real estate, and also we have different types. We have the renting aspect and the real estate aspect.
Property. Property purchase.
Yeah, property purchase. So I'm into the renting aspect. So I'm based under the commission. So I have no problem with it.
Okay, so you collect a commission when people rent the...
Yes.
Do you collect agreement fees?
And
agent fees?
Yes. We collect all that.
And how excited are your customers about paying all those fees?
Well, it's the way you approach them.
There's no way, man.
No, there's no way.
You can't be happy party with that money.
No. So to me, the way I approach them, that's where some people to get them to refer you and so that you meant to keep your customer happy and so on.
How do you keep me happy? I'm paying.
Okay, you are paying.
That's the problem. I can't be
My
happy.
rent is this. I'm paying agreement.
Okay.
What am I happy about?
What should I do?
It's just based on the product, the house you bring down, the house you bring down, and if it beautify the customer, it makes the customer happy also.
Okay.
Okay, we'll come down to you because a lot of people are calling you out. What you are saying here, you are... All right, so let's go to Ozioma. We'll come back to this. Let's take everybody on the back row. Ozioma, so want to find out... what we're trying to do is this. We're trying to find out the particular challenges you have with attracting paying customers.
Paying customers.
Ife, do you have an issue?
Also,
Okay, so you guys want to talk. So we'll take Ozioma. So the question is the challenge you have attracting paying customers. At the end of this show, we will be discussing a couple of things that you can do, a couple of tools that you can use. All right, and we just want to be sure that those tools will be useful and the approach, the methodology will be useful for everybody here. So let's hear, what exactly was it?
I started out with mini importation. We popularly call it pre-order. So this one, my challenge then was getting people to trust me. I was getting people here because then I was a student and I had friends that had friends too. So when you want to go into mini importation, you have to like look for a way to convince these customers that they have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks before they can get their goods, and they have to make payments. So there are some times now, even after they make payments, they will keep disturbing. It's my goods here. Sometimes they will even change it for you and be like, you don't chop my money, you don't have money run. But that time I couldn't like control the warehouse in China. It is when they are ready with everything that they will send it. Sometimes if I'm ordering like 5 different goods, we have like bags, clothes, and other things. Sometimes the bag will be the first to be ready at the warehouse. And how will I tell them, madam, wait, the bag not ready, and that person order should never ready. So all those kind of things. Sometimes there are times that my phone won't stop ringing, and I won't know the best way to.
They can't trust you.
So sometimes even when it gets to Nigeria, you have to pay. That's when dollar will know it will go high, and you have to convince them, okay, you have to add small money to it. So they'll be like, just say, give me my money, I want a refund. So that's like a very big challenge.
A big challenge.
Then I was like, okay, let me take a pause on that one and go into drop shipping. So drop shipping has to do with you not seeing your goods. Some people, how I started, I went to a physical market, and I got suppliers, I got their numbers, they added me to their wholesale group, I can get them at cheaper rate. Now, I school in Ibadan, but I stay in Ogun State. So during those times that we are on holiday, I'm in Ogun State, and I might have customers in Ibadan. So most of them, they want me to deliver to their doorstep. You will tell them, okay, fine, this bag, you want to get it, 5,000, but you pay delivery. They'll be like, why? Upon say I pay 5K, I still need to add money. So sometimes if I was available there, I will know how to like go about the delivery and all. So the first one is actually getting them to trust me, and then the physical one is the delivery aspect.
The question I have is this. The question I have is, in that particular instance, you got people who agree to pay. The problem is getting them to be patient.
Exactly.
But that's not the conversation. That means you have surmounted the first obstacle. How did you get them to pay?
To part with their money.
How did you get them to part with their money?
What were the things you do to get people to order?
Okay, I tell them, if you should, for example, you're getting like goods worth 5,000, you get a freebie. And
how did you tell them?
But how did you? Because the point is this. Okay, so now, are you saying that if what the people, the audience listening to you, the assumption is this: let's assume they drop you off. Please find me the most remote part of Nigeria.
Sambisa.
That's going too far. A remote part of Nigeria.
Chanchangi.
Where's that?
Nigeria.
Okay, so do you know anybody? Do you know anybody in Niger State?
Niger.
Okay, so they drop you in the middle of Niger State now, and you want to continue your dropshipping business. What would be the first thing you would do? Because you are already tapping into existing networks of relationships. The people who are buying for you, were they your classmates?
Friends, yeah.
Friends and classmates. But majorly classmates. Even the friends. Friends from where?
Some friends from my place where I stay, like Djibouti.
Okay.
So I have friends there.
And so you are selling to existing people that already knew you. Okay, so thank you for clarifying. We'll come back to the story. We'll just...
Yeah, mine is network marketing, because I've been to network marketing.
What by network marketing? What do you mean?
Like not
GNLD.
Not DND, no. Forex trading.
I'm sorry to laugh, but you mean you added network marketing to forex trading?
That's too.
Like I'm partnering with a company.
Are you a network marketer?
Yes, I'm.
And the company is a forex trader.
Are you marketing their forex?
No, wait.
Let me learn.
Before you explain before you explain the situation, you have to clarify two things.
Okay.
It's network marketing.
Yeah.
And the company that you're partnering with are into forex trading.
Yes, I'm into.
That's like having cough, eating roasted corn, and refuel
at the same time.
At the same time. We have an issue against network marketing, but we'll let you. We'll hear the story. Let's hear what the issue is.
Then my challenge is me getting a prospect. Because into network marketing, we call it a prospect, like booking prospects to come to your event.
Don't forget that.
It's not GNLD.
It's not GND.
None of them.
Like my challenge is getting prospects, like booking, like maybe like sometimes we make calls. Like I can make like 100 calls. Then the people I was seeing on my events, I can see like only 2 people on the event. Then the other part is making them to trust you. There's some people that will be like, that don't want to see the proof, they don't want to see proof until when we had our events at that's Blue Hotel. Then I was awarded a MacBook. So that's when people start to believe in me that the business is because then my challenge here is how can I get prospects? That's my question now.
How can you get?
How can you get leads? Yeah. Sales leads, people that you leads,
we don't
right?
understand your business, and then we expect us to put our money
Patronize.
to no, just it's
I
not
think-
like you
I
need to
think-
just open it up so that we can.
Sometimes the
When,
connect-
when you get a company, when you get a prospect, what's the prospect supposed to do?
Okay, yeah, the person supposed to sign up on my business. Yeah.
When they sign up, what does your business do?
Yeah, like we help people to trade. Like we trade for them. Then
So will the prospect bring their money? You
yeah. We are in
Ah.
dollar. We trade in dollar.
So let's get right now. So let's not complicate it. Let's assume that I have $1 million. I'll take the $1 million and I'll bring it to you. I'll go to Aboki and buy US dollar for how much?
So no, you don't have to go to Abu.
Okay, you-
then you
you are
pay
the-
in naira. Then we trade for you in a dollar. Yeah, I
Okay,
get paid in
so
dollar.
I will give you I'll give you $1 million. Then you take the money. How do you get the dollars?
Eh?
How does
Then
your
we
company,
already have in banners this thing, dollar in our
how does your company access the dollars to trade?
There's an internal book in your company.
I think it's like all of this Patricia, where you just fund with naira and then you can convert to dollar online, like forex trading.
we're not arguing with that. The problem I have is this: is that at some point that naira
We enter
has to
the-
become dollars.
Yeah.
How does that process work?
It was from the company. It's already there.
You cannot just
I
listen.
think she might-
There's a reason why I gave you. There's a reason I gave you that question. Do you know why I gave you that question? Because you're asking anybody to give you 1 million, and you can't tell him how that money becomes dollar. And you're supposed to trade it in dollars. That is the problem. You see where the problem is. You get,
Actually, you
wants
get
to
it-
say that after they give you the 1 million and they turn their back, you disappear.
No, we have our physical office here.
The responses you are giving are the responses of someone that has been programmed. Your responses are the responses of people who have been programmed. Basically, what you are telling anybody who invests money in your company to do is to what? Is to forget about their paranoia and trust your boss. And in Nigerian history, the number of network marketing schemes that have collapsed there, I don't think we have enough spaces in Nigerian graveyards to bury them.
I think the problem is that when you combine network marketing, which is dangerous, combine to fair forex, which is dangerous. I'm not hearing event entry. How is the
Yes, event.
you understand?
Let me tell you.
Like we
Listen, you are among business people here.
To be honest, just find something else.
Listen, he has given you the best form of advice.
honestly.
We're not discouraging now. It's just that people here cannot start talking. There are people here who have spent years of their lives in network marketing and in forex trading. Okay, you probably will not remember this. Okay, so if anybody who is watching this, and I'm sure once this video goes up, go and read the comments. Please give our feedback on the kind of money people have lost in forex trading and in network marketing.
It's a market that's not guaranteed.
And what you mentioned now, that statement, come to our office.
It's like gambling.
We're talking to people who have gotten their hands burnt in business. Okay, so I'll take you back, right? Before I became a physician, and for those people watching who know exactly what I have done, I ran a marketing company. I had staff members. We built marketing campaigns for investment firms. I'm talking about 2007, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
And there's a friend, he's a close friend of mine now. We started as business partners. And I'm sure he's in the US right now. If he watches this video, watch it.
Yeah.
He started an investment firm that was trading Forex. And they hired people just like you, fresh out of university, to convince people to raise deposits. I built the marketing campaigns for them. I sat down in their offices. We bought books on foreign exchange and the rest. We sat down, we read the books. I understood the the Forex market. I had a partner then who said, there's a problem with this business. It's not sustainable. The universe cannot allow for the infinite economic expansion. You cannot keep turning 1 naira into 2 naira infinitely. At some point, you will hit a physical limit. Even if you are planting corn and you are selling all the corn, it will come to a stage where you run out of land on earth to plant the corn.
I have a story.
Do you understand? There are financial limits to the business. So I'm talking this way. We did business for them. We helped build their marketing campaigns. They paid, and I'm talking about as of 2007, they paid close to $1 million for marketing campaigns in 2007. We should have taken the money. We took the money and reinvested because they made us the promise that if we took the money and invested in them, they would triple it.
Wow.
We bought our own
They
marketing.
convince their marketer.
Listen. I can laugh about this story now. It was not funny.
Not funny then.
So let me tell you what happened. So our plan was that 6 weeks, they will triple the money in 6 weeks. We'll pull out our initial money and then we'll leave the profit inside. The company collapsed in 5 weeks.
So that was free marketing.
Do you understand me? That was free. We marketed for them for free.
Yes.
The CEO of the company, he got to a stage, the CEO of the company, the guy was carrying a list of all the people they were owing. Because anytime people waylaid him, the guy would just, once they waylaid, the guy would just bring out he will show you this is the list. You are not the only people we are owing. Be patient. I will pay you. He had worked, this particular CEO had worked at a company. The company back then, I think the company was West African Portland Cement Company in Chagam. He had worked there for years. The investment of all his colleagues, engineers and all that. His wife also, church members, they put it inside the stuff. The foreign exchange trading. All right? And they lost it. So, while the going is good, the way you have spoken, you have shown me that you are the... And that's why I said you are speaking like somebody that has been programmed.
Wow.
Someone like me designed those programs you are repeating. Get out of that business before it collapses. Free advice.
Just to chip in, like the skill sets that you have is active sales skill set. So you can easily transfer, it's like transferable skills into the corporate world and you do well in sales. It's just like the industry and the business you are running that sales skills on right now.
It's
scary for many people.
A fraud,
It's not sustainable, it's a fraud. So just move that skill set to like normal organizations and you continue that same line and you do well.
I want to say something now and then you respond. I want to ask you, sir, if someone takes $1 million and they fix it in treasury bills for like 1 year or so, like how much interest would the person likely get? Like 6%. 6% is low for now. As far back as 2018, 2019, before the 2018, 2019, treasury bills were doing as much as between 14 to 16%, depending on the bank, either Stanbic IBTC. What that means is this, that if you have ₦1 million, if you have 100 million and you put it in treasury bills, in 2018, and people can check, if you are buying from the primary market in 2018, you are getting 16%. Do you understand what that means?
That's all right, 16.
Now, if I put 100 million, if I have 100 million, I put in treasury bills. In 2018, as of that year, I will get back 116 million. Effectively, just leaving it in the bank to borrow the government or whatever, I'm making 16 million. Now, you are saying that you are going to take that money and put it in Forex. I'll tell you the problem that those my clients faced in 2007. How much money can you possibly wire with a bank account out of Nigeria per week?
20,000.
You're wrong. As at that time, it was $10,000. By the time they raised a lot of money, the bank that told them, and I'm mentioning banks now, there was a particular Stanbic IBTC, Ibadan, told them that they wire 100,000. The customer service person, when they tried to transfer the money, it was blocked. They told them they have to wire 10,000. Do you understand what that means? If you are wiring money, and people who work in financial service, please you can drop comments. If you have to wire ₦1 million, that means that you have to open 100 bank accounts to wire out $10,000. Do you understand what 100 bank account is? You're going to hire people full-time. Their job is to be opening bank accounts. They will verify. And then when you now wire the money will leave Nigeria. Before it gets to New York, it should have gone through three banks. So you have 100 different transactions. And I'm sure your bank does not have a way to track it. So if you are coming to try to sell to me, and I'm asking you these questions, and then you can't answer, I know more about foreign exchange market than you do, and you are trying to sell it. Sir, would you invest in our business?
Thank you.
Sir, would you invest in our... So the people in the financial services market will not invest in your business. You're not asking the everyday Nigerian to do that. Let's move on. Get out of the business. I'm serious now. Now, you are involved in a crime in progress, and I don't say that lightly on the show. So we're not trying to knock your organization, but the combination of the two things is volatile. As you are collecting your salary, be praying to God you can get on that job. That's the sum. Let's hear Oji's story and then we move on.
That's only two very, very short. I'll tell you one that happened to my friend and the one that happened. Now, that one that happened to my friend was like, what I was saving convinced me because I started to get almost my alawi up to that I should have packed for how many months it went. Now, do you know them with the French? I lost up to 1 or something thousand. I was just entering savings. Now that money went. Now that guy didn't have it because it was not only my money he took. People were calling him. In fact, at the point, calling that Oji that he's having mental that he's almost having depression. I'm serious. His phone is always on airplane mode. It took like a year for the guy to recover. The guy that was advertising, to recover. That's one story. The second story is that I have a boss who says that there was a time he was going and he saw 2 network marketers marketing to him. Now the guy is experienced and he knows those stuff. So he just caught 2 of them. Took them to Mr. Beast to go and eat first. But that easy is there. You know, they'll give you the food and the coke. In fact, the way they were drinking the coke, you don't
Okay, there's a phrase we say on this show: beware of an old man in an industry where men die young. Do you understand?
Profound.
Wisdom. Yeah.
The forex industry is an industry that men die young. So if you see anybody in that industry, the person did not get there by being an idiot. He has gotten there by programming people. It takes time to build wealth, and we won't advise young men to take their wealth if you have built over time and throw it in speculations, things that you just speculate about. You are better off taking that money. You buy a car, you throw a feast, and you feed your family members. They will praise you than putting it in. Okay? So let's just...
I'm a hairstylist. I already said that. So although I started the business, I think last 2 years. Yes, I started the business last 2 years. So the challenge I'm actually facing is actually 2. The first one is publicity. If you notice nowadays, people are into this content creating, hairstylists, they will do all these videos. Although I'm doing that, but then I don't know. There's one thing about followers on Instagram and TikTok. I think I don't really have much followers, and that's actually making me like behind. And another thing is location. Although anytime we are in school, during school distance, like I actually make more money. But I don't know, my school on strike, I don't know, holidays and everything. So most of the time when I'm on holidays, I come back to Ikorodu. And I don't know, this place, I won't say that it's just too. I don't really make, like now I've been at home since June and I've not even made any money.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Okay, have you been able to, if I ask you now, do you know why you sell more in school than at home? Do you know the exact reason? Just 2 reasons.
Yes, I know.
What's the exact reason?
Because of, students, they want to make their hair. I have more access to students in school. I'll be able to advertise to them.
So it's basically by being in school has done the job of bringing your customers together for you to one place. 1, 2, students are young and they are not always spending their own money. So they are giving them money. But at home, everybody's already at home. So their parents are not giving them money, 1. 2, your customers are not in one place. So if you are using the same marketing tactics in school, at home, you are wrong.
Thank you.
So if you're at home, you should change your marketing strategy. Else, if you are saying you're at home and you're not selling and you're doing the same thing you do in school, you are wrong.
So if I say, okay, I should meet the standard of the people in Ikorodu. I'm not saying Ikorodu
just figure it out. It's your business. But no, you're the one running the business. You don't know how to figure it out. But you saying, I'm not getting customers and what you are doing is the same thing you do in school. That's what is wrong. You have to figure out something new.
I've seen, for example, my boss, she's her shop is at Ikorodu to Odonguyo. And she makes money, even at
How does she make money? How does she make money? How exactly does she make money? You know the best, IG,
IG actually speak more about that.
Fatia. But before the end of this show, all right, we'll address that. Okay, we don't have tricks. We don't have a bag of tricks. Okay, we have hard solutions, but we'll address it, and then we'll tap in based on what everybody is saying. We'll draw out what can be done. Is there anybody else in that similar situation?
So my number 1 challenges I'm always facing in this graphic design is your customer's taste. You might want to, we have a lot of banners, flyers that can make your work grow and more customers come to you. But the challenges there now are your color combinations and the type of text font you use. In that point, you might do some things that if this thing might look beautiful to you, but want to present it out, your customer will be like, what's this? What the hell is this? Like my boss usually challenged me for this when I was still learning. He might call me, okay, Messi, do this. I might do it, design it my way. I might even call one of my colleagues that, okay, check this out. Is it good? Is it good? By the time my boss will come, check it. You'll be like, what is this? Like, this is just, okay, you tried, but this is not suitable enough for your customers. So the challenges I'm really, even till now, is your customer's taste. And the other part is when you bring when you are not able to satisfy your customer's price. The price is always choking. Maybe if I do a work of 2K for my customers, I might actually beat it down to take it higher to, let's say, 4K, because that's what it's doing. Because all customers will want to price your goods.
Bring it down. I would say that probably is the kind of customers they satisfy presently.
Yeah.
Right? The kind of customers they satisfy presently.
And also the way you structure your business.
Exactly. But so let's just cross section. We've said quite a couple of things. I will try to summarize what everybody has said, and then we'll prefer solutions. And as we're preferring solutions, do not take them as gospel. You can put holes in them. Okay? The first thing, if you are running a commodity businesses are businesses that everybody is into it. All right? You are selling airnet. There's nothing different about your airnet. It's the same airnet. It sells for the same price. If you try to raise your price, people will shift to the next available airnet. If you are running that kind of commodity business, it's a competition for the bottom. You know why? Because the airnet that you're trying to sell, there will be somebody who, rather than sell it, they will give it for free so that they can draw the people close. And that's a race to the bottom. And so that's the reason why you will find out that companies like companies that sell milk products, they put them inside the sachet and brand them. Because if they just put the milk product inside a nylon and tie it, they will be forced to compete. Everybody just says, Shebi is pick. Shebi is milk, rather. So they pick names, specific names, and then they send the police to go and chase people who are counterfeiting it. Because at the end of the day, the milk inside one milk brand and the other may have come from the same cow.
Yeah.
None of the milk brands in Nigeria have cows in Nigeria. So they are buying milk, aggregated milk. It's almost the same thing. So that's that. It's hard to differentiate commodity businesses. Okay? It's extremely hard. The reason why you enter that business is because it's easy to enter.
Yeah.
And that's why other people are entering. So do you understand? So in business, there's that things people call competitive advantage. It's one of the reasons why most professions, they require that other people cannot enter. Once people have entered, they start making money off banking. They go and lobby the government to jack up the price of banking license so that not anybody, because if everybody enters into the banking business, it's going to water it down. You understand? Same thing with telecoms. Same thing with cement. Well, cement business, those ones, you can't enter in cement business largely because of the cost of setup. All right? So what do you do when you are starting out? He mentioned something which he did, and I want to draw a couple of things. Okay? These things does not necessarily mean that you will succeed at it, but there are practical things you can do. Okay? You may be able, it is possible to know how to conquer without being able to do so. You understand what that means? It is possible to know how to succeed without being able to succeed. You may know how to.
And you can do everything as if it.
All right? Because your outcomes in business are not reliant on yourself alone. They are reliant on every other person else who is in the same business space.
And the market conditions.
And market condition, market forces. So a couple of things to keep in mind. If you are starting out anything at all right, as much as possible, it's best to start out with a service form of it. Okay? And it's best to render that service to as large pool of free people as you can. I'll give an example. So you said you started out, you were teaching people.
Yeah.
And then you had, at a point, you had a pool of about 800 or 1,000 people or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
We currently have a community of about 800 people. In the past, we've taught far more than that.
Okay, so, and some of those people come back and pay for specialized trainings. Okay. So a lot of organizations do that. A lot of people do that. They render a free service. Okay. If you came to me now, you told me that you're going to invest money in my name. You invest 1 million, and when the profit comes, you will take out the 1 million you invest and you give me the profit. I will say yes. The flip side, do you understand me? So that's that. So we compile the names of every single person we know. It's hard to. Everybody's looking as if I can't do this.
Of course, that's true.
You've done it before. You compile the name of every single person.
Every single one on my phone.
And you reached out to them. Did you tell them that? Do you know anybody who needs my service, or do you need my service?
I actually just marketed my service to them. I did not do it alone. I told my friend Tosin to help me. So I gave her the contact. She reached out. Hello, I am so and so eventually. So, I know the person, Dread. Let me say, just about 10 of them, it's like 100. Let me say, just about 10 of them go back to me.
That's actually very good.
Just about 10 of them go back to me.
That's actually very good.
And out of the 10, about 2.
It's 2%.
I want to comment on something. So, like the one that he was talking about earlier, where you do that free service, right? In software business, we call it freemium. Zoom software is free, but the cost of running it free for you is massive because you have to run cloud servers and everything. So that time you're doing a free Zoom call and you're happy, Zoom is burning money. So how do they make money? They made it free, not because it does not cost them anything, but because they want to attract you with a freemium service. So all of you are using Zoom, you like it, you tell your friend, hey, let's go there, it's free. So the cost of entry is minimal. You are now in. Now you now need it for something very serious. You now realize that after 40 minutes, they cut your call. You cannot record. You cannot stream to YouTube. You're like, let me just pay. So they know not everybody will pay, but those people that have the ability to pay, the way they saw them in the first place was because it's free. So if your service is 100% locked behind a paywall, then the people who have the ability to pay will not even get to experience
What do you mean by a paywall?
Like if, for example, you play here and the only person that can get a touch of the fact that you played hair is the person that has paid you to plait their hair. That means your service, the only way they can contact you is behind a paywall. So how can you open up freemium service? Now, when it's service business, it's difficult to open up a freemium section of your business. Software, they can just give you the software and then put limit on it easily. But I was thinking about it. How can you, for example, you make hair, right? And then you manage events, and then you also, so how can I offer freemium? So for you that make hair, you can think about education. And that can come through content creation. So you say, do you know the cost of lice? Why do you have lice here? Why do you have and then you create content around that. And then of course, what you said was very, very critical. Because I'm not saying anybody do that. Like imagine you create a Saturday event in a hair salon and you're like, everybody can come and wash their hair, free washing hair day. Everybody comes. But you say free washing of hair is only between 8 o'clock to 10:30 or 11 o'clock. If you really want to make your hair, pay. So everybody came, they washed their hair for free, but from 11:30, we're only making hair. So the people that really want to say, I'm already here, let me just pay. So there's a freemium offer, but you are not unaware of the fact that you want to make money, right? But outside of that one, that is like a bit more difficult. Another way to offer freemium is you make hair, so you have an idea. This is why your hair pains you when you're plating it. You turn that into content, you put it out there. And then for you, it will not really be education. It can be education, but there's education. There's also entertainment. So you're in an event and you say something funny. You have someone recording you and you post it like, oh my God, I like that. Because as someone that manages the event, you're entertaining the audience, right? So you are providing that same entertainment to people outside without them being in that event. Yeah. So that means they've not paid you for that. So it's like, you are thinking of it as how can I give them free and attract them? Of course, not everybody that consume the free will pay, but you have the idea, okay, the attrition rate will be maybe 10%, 5%. So you can create entertainment content, or since you have that cultural this thing about this is a process to do in Yoruba marriage, you can say in a Yoruba marriage, do you know that the elders will not accept you if you don't have 10 tubers of yam? You know, that kind of stuff. So you can educate people that want to get married, but they don't know. And at the end of the day, you say, if you are planning a Yoruba marriage, I'm your person, call me, and I'll help you moderate the marriage session. So that's a way you can create freemium content out of service-based businesses.
I have a question.
You ask a question. There's something I need to chip in. Usually when people are starting out, if you don't have a lot of money, you have to keep in mind that things may not grow as fast as you want.
Exactly.
So there are things, for example, because you said something about creating content, and creating content assumes that you have devices that you can use to create content.
Yeah. I want to balance that stuff actually.
Okay, and that's a bit. Sorry, I would let me just so that I leave the thought, and then I was supposed to make a decision on. There was an event I went for, and we were supposed to make a decision rather on who would cater for the event. 4 people came to present for the gig. Of the 4 of them that came to present,
one brought the food.
One, I don't know how the guy did it because they had been waiting since morning. But by the time he brought the meat pie and the stuff, it was hot.
And you were hungry.
And we were hungry. So the guy he just told us, said that this is what the stuff would taste like. Other people were giving us quotation and paper. He said this is what it would taste like.
Oh, don't tell me.
And then we ate it. Like, is everybody's guys meat pie. We placed the order for I think there were about 1,000 people at that event. All right. On the day of the event, the meat pie he brought was not as good as the one he brought. Yeah. Do you understand the point? So that is starting out. All right, starting out.
Can I say something? Do you know why I said that this content? No, it's my business. I'll be able to know more about it. Like this content. No, I'm just trying to explain very well. So this content creating thing. If you notice, just check Instagram. Many people DM. They will DM me that I want to make my. Some people can come. I have a friend because we learned in the same place. That's how she did. She started posting all these videos. So even my boss will message her that some can people come from maybe Lekki or anywhere to come and make her hair.
How many?
No, yes, you can. Don't tell me. Yes, I'm serious. People nowadays, ladies want to look good. If I put it down, I want to make it
you're not listening to us.
Can I tell you?
You've listened to. Please, sorry, sir. You've listened to the market. The market here. You may tell me that these people are wrong. I'm not arguing with you. Okay. How many people have you made any videos?
Yes.
How many people have seen your videos and messaged you on account of those videos? No. Let's just. How many people?
Actually, just 2. Let's say I have low followers.
And the two people, did they make their hair with you?
Yes, they did.
They paid you.
Yes.
And from where did they come
Location.
Were they in your neighborhood or far away?
No, it was in school.
Was in school. So they did work in your neighborhood.
It's a physical service, so it's only people that are around you that.
Because I know a brand.
That's what we are saying.
I know a brand that did the same thing. Do you know the funny thing that happened? I think that the business failed. The business we were doing failed. The content creation was still booming.
Okay, so Fetia, people do. Let me tell you, this is what you are saying. We do not know your business more than you. You just painted a scenario right now. People have given you feedback. You have described 2 separate markets. A market where all your customers have been aggregated for you, just as Arinze said, school environment. And a market where people have to walk around to find a hairstylist. And then you're saying that a strategy that worked in your school environment will work in where people will find a hairstylist. And we're telling you that you should listen to people who live on the streets.
No.
What strategy would you deploy?
I think you're misunderstanding me.
Okay.
I think someone said something you were saying this content creating thing it won't really work. So that's what I was trying to counter, not that.
I'm not saying content creation will not work.
When you ask them the questions that, he said, I think it was the one, he was saying that this content that is not going to work. Me being an hairstylist and me doing content creating.
Making.
Yes, that's what he said. So I was trying to counter it's a lie. I'm not saying it's lying, but then because I've seen it work for people.
And the problem is that you don't know what is driving. That's my problem. You are looking at your boss doing video and making up. You don't know the back end. That's why you are.
And then the social.
Let me put it to you this way: we're running this show. You can't see the back end. And if you can't see the back end, then if you attempt to run this show, we're going to run this show for the next 5 years. There's a back end that is driving the show, and to drive it for the next 5 years. Do you get me? We're talking about 1,000 episodes. If you don't see the back end and you jump in there, after 20 weeks, you will pack up. Do you understand?
And the back end,
some people are selling cameras on YouTube.
And the back end, you will not see it on YouTube.
You are the back end.
So just here and take it from. I said something during the course of this show, and I'm not touting my credentials. I said that as far back as 2007, all right, I and a team were building market campaigns for small businesses. That was 16 years ago. And some of those campaigns were successful. In 2007, one of the organizations that we backed raised over 60 million on the back of the campaigns we built. 60 million from depositors. Something similar to what Ify was saying. Okay? And so we've done a lot of what we call A/B testing. We figure out this work, this does not work, we abandon. This work, we've done a lot of that. And what we are saying to you is this. Take it. I'm not giving you theory now. I'm looking at you are starting out, you do not have enough money to buy ring lights, to buy all those fancy cameras and all that. Okay, fine. What do you start out with? And what we are saying is that you sell one service. you need a place to aggregate people that can buy your service.
Correct.
Because you cannot physically go from house to house to convince them. There are too many houses. If 2 out of 100 people will agree to buy your service, that means that for you to get 20 people, you have to visit 1,000 houses. Physically, you cannot do that. In school, you can do that. You can have 1,000 people. If you sell to all of them at once and you get 20, you feel you have succeeded. But you're not saying that the school has brought all of them out of their houses into one place. The internet also works. There are people who, if they jump into the podcasting space, within 24 hours of jumping into podcasting space, they will attract a lot of followers. If Cristiano Ronaldo starts a podcast today, a lot of people will follow. But they are not following because he's starting a podcast. His entire career has aggregated followers to him. So that when they see his face, he has face recognition. You don't have that. Now, your boss is much more older. People who are older have built a wealth of relationship across several industries. During the course of the other things that I have done, I've met people from all manner of walks of life. And some of those relationships have spanned 10, 20 years and more. So I will have more, if I have to reach out to more people, but based on personal relationship, I will be able to do that even though we are in the same business. You understand me? The same way in which a lot of the people who are your customers now, 10, 20 years from now, if they become mothers, all right, and you are still in this line of business and they are in your neighborhood, they probably can bring their daughters to you the same way she just told you that her mother took her to the hairdresser. You understand me? So that's a stronger market
Also,
than TikTok.
the lady you talked about that she has a physical store. So that means there's a flow of income from people just working, like they all said.
Yeah.
So there's that one. Plus, I'm not using that to now be a base to create content. So I'm not looking for ring lights. I already have income. Like I can afford that ring light. And if at all money does not come in from the content I created, there's money for that month. Compared to you, and I try to base all of your income from content, and then the first 3 months, nothing is there. Like,
And the people you are servicing, most times they don't pay you for a service with their money. You have to factor that in.
Okay, so
That brings me to this question.
she had a question.
So it's on the free services that you talked about. Yeah, in a business. What I want to say is that it's not all business that you can actually do that free servicing. Yes. There are some in this catering stuff now. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's easier said than done. Even in this tailoring work now, it's not easy. Okay, you want to sew for free for a customer. It's not possible. It's not.
It's about your own business.
It's not. Like, I'm a tailor. I'm a fashion designer. So I can't say that I want to like sew free for someone. I can't do it.
You can when it's a wedding.
Why not?
You can sew one of the bride
because things are expensive now.
Okay, so here, this is the issue.
You can't just come and say you want to sew free clothes.
So when you are asking people to buy an item for you, particularly expensive item, there is a process that you have to go through. The first process is the preliminaries. They have to first know you. Then secondly, you have to investigate what their needs are. What problems do these people have? Okay? Then the third is you have to demonstrate capability to solve those problems. And then the fourth is what? You obtain commitment and collect money from them. That's the process. Now, you want to sew clothes for me. You don't have an idea of what my problems are. My problem may not be that I do not have clothes. My problem may be that I don't have the time to go and buy the material for myself.
Yeah, I can help
So you are
like,
thinking. So now hear me. You are thinking as a tailor, I am coming to you because I'm sewing clothes. My problem might be that I need someone who can go to the market, take pictures of the materials, and send those pictures to me. That is a free service.
Yes.
So you can go to your church and tell people that these are materials, your husbands, they are too busy. Those people working, but they are too busy. You can't be going Monday to Friday. You cannot be going Monday to Friday. All right. After Monday to Friday, going to work. Saturday, you now head to Balogun Market. I'll go to Balogun Market. I'll take a picture of all the clothes there, catalog it on WhatsApp, and send it to you. Pick one. And then after you pick one, send me the money. I'll buy from you. From the money they send to you buy, you can take a margin out that will cover your transportation and cover the cost of sewing the cloth for them. You can sew that cloth for them for free. Do you understand? You are arguing. Your problem is this. You are looking at the fact that people must make a commitment when they meet you. Now, the same problem tailors have is the same problem barbers and hairstylists have. Most people do not want to change barbers if they've not tested them, because particularly imagine that you are coming on a show that you are going to record and it will be on air for thousands of years. And then the barber now barbs nonsense for you. So now, the number of people who have given clothes to their tailors, who the tailors have spoilt their clothes. You understand? So that is the bigger problem. The problem is not that people do not want to patronize you. They are afraid. They don't want to buy a cloth of 20K, give it to you, and then you condemn it.
Yes.
So how do you demonstrate to them that you can sew properly? That's the major. How do you do that?
Definitely, I wear clothes that I sew. Clothes for people, and like you ask them that what I'm wearing. Definitely, like when you sew clothes for people, and like you ask them that okay, is this person?
I have so many problems.
Like you ask them that okay, is this person's work good? How did you see the clothes the person sew for you? And definitely, the person will tell the person that okay, the clothes are perfect and it's okay.
You are what you are discussing is wishful thinking. People don't think that way.
Well, it's something that happens.
No, it happens to you.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this: your business, do you have an account?
Yes. I have.
Have you paid taxes since you started running your business?
No.
If you are supposed to pay taxes, all right, how do you find a tax accountant? Let's assume they tell you that if you don't pay taxes, they will throw you in jail. How do you find a tax accountant?
I would look for someone that knows about
You
it.
look for someone that knows about the tax accountant. Okay, who would you talk to?
I can ask a friend if he knows someone.
Okay, and then your friend tells you that your friend also that I know this tax accountant is one that's doing tax accountant for. How do you know that he's going to do the right work?
There's nothing better than trying out.
You cannot try.
Yes.
It's your own experience. Let me tell you. You pay a tax account 200K, and by the time you are done paying, you find out that you are owing the government 50 million. You are speaking.
Okay, so what do I do in that
So
case?
let me tell you what you would do in that case. You want to go and find somebody, all right, whose accounts, whose taxes have been done, and who has not had issue for like 3, 4, 5 years.
Okay.
And after that, you now talk to the person. You ask the person that, okay, who did your taxes? Let me talk to him. So your business is based largely on referrals.
Yes.
So the point is this: why would I am the only time I'm going to give you clothes is if I know somebody who has given you clothes and they have sewn the person's clothes and there's no comma.
Said that earlier.
You've mentioned that earlier, and so we are talking about who are the first customers, and we've given you and I gave you a pathway. You have to find places where people are. All communities are not the same.
Yeah, geography.
There are places that there's aggregation of customers. You have to look at markets with aggregation. All right? We have an accountant here. He's listening to all of you. Everybody here who probably might need tax accounting or whatever, you are aggregated here. If you have to manually start coming to your houses one by one to figure out which of you is trying to start a business, it's cumbersome. So are you a Muslim or a Christian?
I'm a Christian.
And so you attend the church.
Yes.
And there are women who go to your church.
Yes.
All right? Have you sewn clothes for any of them?
Yes.
Did they refer you to other people?
Yes.
So you build on that referral. That's what we're talking about. There's something you wanted to say?
Yes. My question is, social media advertising, TikTok, Instagram, is it really working? Are people actually getting customers from it?
Yes.
Because I tried doing this thing and I found out that people, even personally, I don't just follow people. I see your video, I can like it, but follow, like, why am I following you? I will still see other videos. So I have to buy followers. So if I'm buying 10,000 followers and I'm buying likes, you know how we do it.
Yes.
You buy followers, you buy likes, you buy comments. So how am I getting my customers? How many people are doing the organic this thing and is it effective?
I have an answer to that. Now the answer is you are using Facebook for free. How is Facebook making money? People using it are the product. So the only way that thing will work is that people that are following you have to turn them to a product. You might not offer the service. That's when the ad revenue come in. You gather their data, then find somebody who has something to sell and all that. Then put it on your page. So you are selling those people.
I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
I think that the place you're coming from is still from the fact that if you are creating content in massive scale, you now have an audience and you can monetize that audience.
Yeah.
But it does not really answer a question directly as someone that is just starting out.
Yeah, I'm just
if I
starting.
create content, would you give me customers?
Yes.
And I think that you can look at it from a different angle. First off, if I do online training, if I create online content, I mean, my customers are online. If you played here, your customers are offline.
Yeah.
So it's
Exactly.
like you should first of all know the kind of business you run.
How
Yeah.
does it work for me? You tell
You
me.
are okay.
how
You
it
can't.
to work.
It can't work for you.
videos.
I have a recommendation for you. I have a
After
recommendation.
recording my video,
So
uh-huh.
first off, I think that you should base your business off referrals primarily. Then, if you now want to take it a step further, only then, if you are creating content, I think that your first focus for the content you are creating should be
people who are around you,
Yes.
but you're using online to, for example, imagine you want to talk to 200 people. You know, if 200 people view your status, people take it for granted. If you want to talk to 200 people, imagine how many places you go to.
Yeah.
Even in this room, we're not talking up to 200 people, I think just 20 people. So if you can put that online content in a place where the people who are seeing it are people around you, right? So you play here, you create a content, but you're putting it in a group where this is a group of people in Ikorodu.
Yeah.
So you are now in their faces. So if the next time they want to go and place their hair, there are 5 shops, but they choose you because they see your content every
And
time.
your
So that
neighbor.
can be your step 2 before you now start thinking of, oh yeah, I want to conquer the whole world, so I want to promote it on TikTok. Right? So, but primarily, if you do physical business, I'll just advise you just do referrals first.
Yeah.
That's the first. Social media should not be your first.
Different things
Should not
work
be the
for
first
different-
first thing in your mind.
The tools, one of the, and as to piggyback on what some people have said, okay, the tools that are available, they are new tools, but the old way of doing things has not gone away. People do business with people they know and who they trust.
Yes.
Okay, and your business has to be such that most times it's word of mouth that spreads businesses. Even on online, when we talk about the video going viral, what do we mean by that? Somebody sees a video, likes it, and shares with people. That's basically what it is. Okay, so, and then I would advise people, do not buy likes. Do not buy. When you buy followers, what does that mean? That means that is it that those people at the end of that follower are there really 2,000 real people?
There's this mindset of if you should open a page, have this signature, and you see our followers 200, 2,000. This one is nothing. But when you open it and you see 10,000, 50,000, you believe, oh.
All right. Please pay attention. As we are raising one issue, you are bringing up exemptions and the rest. I told you what we said when we started this show. This show does not have a bag of tricks. I didn't say there's no bag of tricks. There's regular concerted efforts. Okay? You are using tricks. You are trying to boost the number of people that follow the page. And you're using bots to do that.
Yes.
Okay? You are looking for social proof. That's all fine and good. But the problem is this now. You have 50,000 people who are following you on a page, and yet you don't have one person who is engaging your service. Okay? And yet, I go out the old-fashioned way. I talk to a friend of my father whose son is getting married, who needs an alaga. I sit down, I convince the guy. Okay? The guy does that. I do a fantastic job with it, and he recommends me to his friend. On my page, I have 6 people. I've done business with all the 6 of them. Do you understand me? That's why I said that it's a waste of time. The only people who are benefiting are those people who are selling likes, comments, and followers. And if it was so fantastic for them, they won't be selling it to you. They themselves will be using the service. You understand me?
It's like affiliate marketing.
So basically, do you understand what I am saying?
Yeah.
Now you are not ready to
Watch
take
it,
the
not
slow
robots.
growth pathway. You had something you wanted to recap for us.
I wanted to add. Yeah, she was like about digital marketing, that should she stop or continue. So I wanted to add that first of all, for you to want to market online, you should know why. Is it for awareness? Is it just for sales? So if like the type of business you mentioned now, you want sales, there are type of videos you should have. Then you should market to the right people, not just market it online to every other. How will I put it? Their target audience. There are people you should target, and location. So at least people, you are in Lagos now, you are not marketing to people in Anambra. Even if they want to patronize, there's no way. So you get your. So that was what I wanted to tell you before. So you should not stop. You can still continue, but just do it the right way.
Something you wanted to add.
Yeah, so that 2 other things that we already discussed during the course of conversation, but you didn't add it to the list. So I think that the next one would be, especially for those that offer service, right? It needs to be quality. I mean, if you get that first customer and then don't like it, like the graphic design, don't like the design, there's no way they will come back, and there's no way they will refer other people. So you need to ensure that your service is quality. If you are selling other people's products, then you need to ensure they are sieving out only quality product and you're delivering quality product. So ensure that there's quality in the service or product that you're delivering. And after that, once you deliver that quality product service, at that point that you have delivered it and that customer is happy, the last one will be to aggregate social proof. Like you also said, you get that customer that likes her net, tell her to send you a video of the net and then put it somewhere, maybe in your WhatsApp catalog or in your Instagram
gallery, right? Aggregate social proof. You have if I've serviced a total of 20 customers, I should have at least 10 or 15 reviews or videos or content that says, this is not me telling you that I sell the best. These are 15 trusted people telling you I sell the best. So by the time a new person comes and they're like, will you just say, check my page. So this page now is not even I'm trying to reach more people. It's just I'm trying to create an inventory of reviews to say, check it. And they check 15 people like, oh, I really did this well. I really that, okay, right. And then you just convert it. So those are two other things that I would add to the list.
Okay. Your final thoughts, sir?
Well, number one thing is that know those that are in need of your services or your product, and then approach them. So that's the easiest way to start a business. And another way, again, of starting a business from a financial angle is, especially when you don't have capital to start, maybe some family members or friends can also, good enough, we have microfinances that are finance small scale businesses. You can open an account with them, and also when you bank with them for a number of times, when they discover that what you're doing is good, they can be able to source out funds from them also. So another thing again is I want to bring from my own angle is doing business in Nigeria now. When you're also doing business, make sure you have a registered business name. When you have a registered business name, follow the law in doing your business. Be honest in your business. These things when you have, because if you don't build a foundation, discover that even when you succeed, you start having problems. Mm-hmm. But when you have a solid foundation in your business, it now become easy for you to run it when it grows more or grows large.
All right, so thank you very much, sir. And if for any reason, if you need tax consulting services, if you need accounting service, audit services, I'm sure that you are very much open.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're very much open to hearing what people have to say and then offering your services. Also, if for any reason you need a loan for your small business, okay, Mr. Matthew from AB Microfinance Bank is open. He stated at the beginning of the video, he stated his contact details. You can easily reach him and just let us know how it goes. We hope that everybody that comes for this show, you succeed in your career.
Amen.
We hope that, and for you that you've taken out time of your day to watch this, we also hope the very best for you. Thank you for being a part of this.